podcast is never intended as legal advice. Each podcast is a brainstorm of ideas and potential solutions. Consult an attorney for your legal questions. Thank you. Welcome to Graceful Effect. We have again with us today Miss J, and she's going to continue explaining her journey and in retirement.
Again, I love retirement. I can't repeat that enough. It's the best stage in my life. Even better when I was a teenager. I thought that was great, but this is even better. My focus as a retiree is on keeping myself busy. And that can be a challenge. I do crafts, and that's great because I use my fingers to do that. And I have a bit of arthritis, so that really helps that I do crafts like knitting and crochet and counter cross stitch and sewing. For instance, I took 2 scarves, sewed them together, and made this top. Thank you for that compliment. The other things that I do are to read positive books. I try to focus on people who've accomplished something in their lives, especially as seniors, so they look back and what have they accomplished. I am writing a book myself on my life experiences, especially adjusting to being the parent of an only child and how to let go of your parental duties once your children marry and start their own lives and careers. It's so difficult because you want to step in and catch them as you feel they're going over the cliff, but it's better to step back and mind your own business. Let them make their own choices.
It's a challenge. Good for you.
It is indeed. To occupy myself, I've done a variety of volunteering. One of them with an organization called Communities in Schools. You're not in the classroom. You're helping the schools address other issues they have. Those were 2 fun experiences that I had, 2 separate assignments. I also did some substitute teaching, which I like because it kept my brain active. You can pick the age you want and the grade you want. My preference, kindergarten through 3rd grade. You can pick whether you want to go day to day or a long-term assignment. And I found that was very rewarding. And again, I didn't realize I was going to remember fractions, percentages, grammar, but then I did go to Catholic schools, and they do nail it into your brain. You never forget. I'm also teaching unusual things, like being born in New Orleans, people want me to teach them how to make gumbo from scratch, where you have to make the roux and chop the trinity, green peppers, onions, and bell peppers. But you really have to get people together and do it and teach them how to do it. And we recently did that, and that was quite a feat and more economical because you pay a lot more for it when you buy it in a store. But we were able to average out, it was only like $20 a person when we split the expense of the crabs and the shrimp. So that's something else that I'm doing. I'm teaching people how to make gumbo.
Excellent, excellent.
The challenges of the aging process is that you have to accept the fact that you are aging. It's like the body you had when you were younger. You leave that and you step into a different body, totally different. There are changes that happen to your hair, your skin, your bones, your brain. And one of the things I did, as far as the brain was concerned, I became part of a study. And they actually measure where you are, how well you are with reasoning, memory, and so forth. And it was a 5-hour test.
Oh my.
To measure. Yes, it was comparable to taking an LSAT exam almost. And then a year from that time, they do the same sort of thing, slightly different content to see whether you're losing it or if you're up to snuff. They suggest that you do crossword puzzles, Sudoku, anything that will challenge your brain. With me, I tried to learn new things. I challenged myself. I took a class in Ikebana, Japanese flower arranging. And I thought it would just put the flowers in. No, you have to do it a certain way for a certain purpose, and the outcome is beautiful. So anything that you can do that's new for you is great to keep yourself more alert.
Thank you so much, Miss J. You have wonderful tips. And join us at the next podcast where we will talk about safety issues. Miss J, if somebody has any questions or wants a consult, can they request that through the Graceful Effect website?
Indeed they can, and I wish you would. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask me, or if you want further details, feel free to give me that information.
Thank you, Miss J. That way, the audience has a way to tailor what you've taught them to their specific needs. Thank you, Miss J.